Have you ever wondered how old the universe or the Earth really is? There seems to be so much conflict. Is the universe 13.8 billion years old? Or is it just a few thousand years old? Well, let's take a closer look. Does science show that the universe is old? There are many scientific arguments for an old universe. For example, if the speed of light has not changed, that is 186,000 miles per second, then that would suggest that the universe is billions of years old. Another popular scientific argument used to support an old universe is radioactive dating. For example, uranium-235 and uranium-238 give off lead isotopes at a known rate. So, if we know how much has been given off, we can work backwards and calculate when it started to decay, which would suggest that the universe is billions of years old. Now, some people who view the Earth as being young, say only a few thousand years old, they use some science as well to back up their claims. For example, they use the deposition rate of salt in the ocean. So for example, the oceans have a known amount of salt and minerals in them and constantly get them every year at a fixed rate. So again, if we work backwards, we can conclude that the Earth is only a few thousand years old. It can get really confusing. So which is it? Old or young? Well, the truth is, no one really knows. And no matter what scientific argument you use, you have to make assumptions. If you believe in an old universe, you have to assume the speed of light has never changed. Is this a good assumption? Well, yes. Otherwise, all the laws of physics would have to have changed. Well, maybe you say God created the light rays at the exact same time He created the stars. Therefore, we can say the universe is only a few thousand years old. That may be true, but that is still an assumption you cannot prove. Again, if you believe in an old universe, you have to assume the rate of decay of lead in uranium-235 and uranium-238 has been the same throughout all of history. And you have to assume that there was no lead to begin with. Would that be a fair conclusion? Yes, but that is still an assumption. If you believe in a young universe, you have to assume that the rate of salt and minerals deposited into the ocean has never changed, and that there were no salts and minerals in the ocean to begin with. What about the Bible? How old does the Bible say the universe is? Well, let's take a look. What does the first verse of the Bible say? It says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." It does not say 13.8 billion or 6,000 years ago, God created the heavens and the earth. Just in the beginning. The point it is making is that God created the heavens and the earth, not when He created it. What about the 7 days of Genesis? Aren't they literal, you might ask? Well, not exactly. Days in the Bible have several different uses and meanings, but let's leave that for another video. You see, there is no conflict between science and the Bible. There are only conflicts between our interpretations of the scientific and biblical data. So what should you believe then? Well, believe whichever you please. But if you believe in a young universe, just don't say to someone who believes in an old universe that they are absolutely wrong. Or even worse, don't say to a Christian they really aren't Christian because they think the universe is old. I can assure you, in heaven, God isn't going to say to someone, Wait a minute. I see here in my book you thought the earth was billions of years old. Sorry, you're gonna have to leave. Or, if you believe in an old universe, don't say, see, the universe is old, therefore God didn't create it, or God doesn't exist. Because God doesn't say how old the universe is, only the people who believe in God do. And besides, no matter how old the universe is, or Earth is, it still needs a creator. You see, as humans, we have to ponder things we don't necessarily know the answer to and try to come up with some reasonable answers. The problem is when we don't want to acknowledge that our theories are just that, theories. Hold to whichever position you like and always offer a disclaimer. Say, for example, I can't prove it 100%, but here's why I believe what I believe. Let's chat. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe.